Nah, Jalen
Tua.
walked.
I'm just saying.
Jalen walked.
All right.
Jalen did what he had to do.
What's next? Oh, there's the dong. Here's our guest.
The Undertaker.
All right, guys. All right.
What we got?
So we talked about it. And last week you guys had a really good segment that was unscripted that you went in about certain quarterbacks. So I decided to give you guys an off-show topic script this week that should prove interesting. So the question is, I'm going to bring it up. Who is the most overrated quarterback going into the 2026 season? Overrated starting quarterback, to be accurate. So, Tim,
yes,
I'll let you go first. Okay. Most overrated starting quarterback coming into the 2026 season, and why? And then Brandon, it's you. Tim,
okay.
Who you got?
I've got two of them, but I think if I name this one, we've gone over it at nauseam. Brandon's just going to come after me. So I'm going to just give you one because that's what you asked for. We talked about him earlier in the show. I think Dak Prescott is the most overrated quarterback in all of the NFL. And
if I may interrupt, is it safe to assume that you're going to say Jalen Hurts?
That was my other one. Yes.
Okay.
They both resigned the NFC East. Yes.
Okay. But
I'm going to stick with that because
Dak
unlike Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott does not play his best when the lights are the brightest. In fact, Dak Prescott has had his worst games in the biggest moments. So I'm going to say Dak Prescott, to me, is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL, and the only thing he can do to change that is to win a playoff game this year with this team and get to a divisional or championship type game. You don't have to get to the Super Bowl because that should be where the Rams are or the Bears. But damn it, Dak, you're overrated until you prove you're not. Most overrated quarterback to me, Dak Prescott.
Brandon, who you got and why?
Gosh. The most overrated quarterback to me is Joe Burrow.
I knew it.
Joe Burrow.
I fucking knew it.
It's Joe Burrow.
I
like Joe. Don't get me wrong. I like Joe. I like him a lot. I like everything that he does when he's healthy. However, we tend to put this guy on a pedestal like he's won 3 or 4 Super Bowls. And he's just a guy that's like a John Elway or a Troy Aikman or just one of these greats that only come around once in a generation. Newsflash, Dwayne Haskins beat him out at Ohio State. He had to go to LSU. By the way, he played with 2 number 1 wide receivers who were drafted in the first round. Just happened to be 2 of the top receivers in the NFL. Then he found out he had another guy in Higgins, who's also a number 1 wide receiver. Has Joe Burrow ever played without true help? Ever.
Every quarterback needs help.
2 number 1 wide receivers through college and the NFL. A guy who can only stay healthy 50% of his career.
Were they number 1 because they had Joe Burrow at quarterback?
We all talk bad about the offensive line and their defense, but I recall Joe Flacco threw for like 6 touchdowns on a prime Thursday night game with the same offensive line that Joe Burrow had.
Follow-up question. Tim, what can Dak Prescott do this year? This year, outside of winning the Super Bowl, okay, what can Dak Prescott do this year to change your mind?
2 things. Number 1, put up stats in the first half against teams that are over 500, not just the fourth quarter when you're down by 30. And the next thing is to win the division and win a divisional playoff game. With this roster, as long as this roster is healthy and these receivers are healthy and this defense is what it is supposed to be on paper and everything's set up for you, that's what you have to do, in my opinion, to have earned being the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Newey, same question. Joe Burrow.
Stay healthy. We need a full season. We haven't seen you since 2013 or 2023. And when we did see you in that time, you had an opportunity to go to Super Bowl. You were in it. We need more of that. Not asking you to get to the Super Bowl. We just need to see you for a full season of consistency. Stop holding on to the ball for so long, getting in and out of things. Protect yourself. I think if you can protect yourself, then you are who we think you are. If you can't,
Okay.
well, that still stays the same for me as being an overrated guy in the NFL.
Do we get to give
I'm
each
paying you
other's
how much?
thoughts?
50,
Of course,
60 million?
I'm going to step out.
Oh, because I want to know.
I'm going to step out.
I
I needed this
okay.
to start.
This is the start. Okay, because I need to know from Brandon.
I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out. You guys continue this conversation. Thanks for letting me in here for a minute. I got to get back behind the scenes.
Here we go.
Thank you, Wizard of Oz, as you are, Mr. Watson. Obviously, I disagree with your take on Joe Burrow. I do understand.
I disagree with you with that too.
Oh, I can't wait to hear why. I understand what you say about being available and being healthy. I can
That's
track
literally the only reason.
I can track with you on that.
That's the only reason.
He is great. It's hard
great.
to. Yeah,
I love watching him play, but that's a hard question, and it's just like, hey, nobody talks about it.
So how do you rebuttal the Dak? How do you rebuttal Dak? All that money and hasn't done anything.
I think with Dak, man, I think Dak to me has surpassed what we thought he was going to be. We didn't think he was going to be a starting NFL quarterback for a decade. We didn't think he was going to have a winning record versus the Giants. And has he ever lost? Has he ever lost his Giants?
The Giants have been terrible the
doesn't
entire
matter.
time.
It doesn't matter. It's his division, though. He's won division titles. He's won multiple double-digit win seasons, right? He's won a Walter Payton. He's done a lot of great things, and he's also healthy. When healthy, he does well. He's always in your top 10 lists when it comes to stat line, completion percentage. Would you want more wins, like prolific wins behind that and comebacks? You probably do. But did we ever think Dak was going to be what was he drafted as a third, fourth rounder for Mississippi State and think he was going to make it this far? No one did. So to me, he surpassed everything we thought he was going to be.
Okay.
I think he's good. He's not bad.
I agree with you that he surpassed everything we thought he would do when he started one game. All he had to do was start one game, and he already surpassed anything I thought he would ever do in the NFL from watching him in college. Because he was Tim Tebow in college.
Yeah, I mean, he's turned into a really good passer. It's him.
I will say this. When there's nothing on the line, Dak will surprise you with how well he plays. When there's a team that's under 500 that's not like the Giants, he will light that team up most oftentimes. But let him have to go on the road, especially, or even let a team come in here that is over 500, that is a playoff contender, that's being talked about, that could go to the Super Bowl that year, and he doesn't show up. And he has yet to ever show up when it matters the most. And that's what I need to see. Okay. Tony used to show up. They didn't win those games, but Tony would show up. Go ahead. Wait.
This is the same.
I drove by Munkin's house and there was a ceramic horse in a trash wrapped in a number 2 jersey. Oh my God. Woo. That's rough.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So I will say this, the same thing that we saw from Dak is the same stigma that Peyton Manning had before he got over the hump. He just got to get over the hump. That's what it is. We know he can throw. We know he can make big-time passes when needed. Listen, he's just got to get over the hump. It's the same stigma that Peyton Manning had back in the days. Every time he gets to the playoffs, he get blown out. He throw a bunch of picks. Everybody's like, he's just a great regular season quarterback. Isn't that what we say about that?
But that's what was happening in championship game, AFC title games, not in the wild card game. Not in the, you know what I mean? I'm not putting Dak Prescott in the same breath as the great Peyton Manning. I can't do it.
I don't think Dak is overrated. I think he's right where he needs to be. Now he just needs a defense to back him up.
I'll submit to you that Jerry Jones is overrated Dak his entire career. And Jerry Jones overrated Dak when they didn't give Tony back his job, and they thought Dak was the guy.
Played phenomenal to where if you're a head coach, Tim, if you're a head coach, you know this in football, man. It don't matter how good that other player is sitting on the bench, like coming back from a back injury. If I got my backup coming out and playing lights out and doing everything I need him to do, why would I mess up that chemistry?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know
So
what to tell you.
it was just fate. It's no knock on Romo. Romo had a bad back. It's unfortunate, but guess what? His backup was watching him and literally did everything he did.
Well, I need a
And
big
he's
year.
healthy and he's younger. Like you can't blame.
get
You
it.
can't blame
I
him.
get it, but I
think
don't get it.
Dak. I like Dak, man, and I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I like Dak Prescott. Always have.
I understand.
I think he's a stand-up dude. I think he's a great leader, but I think he needs some other pieces to give himself an opportunity to get over the hump and not just come back, oh, we didn't have a defense, or oh, we didn't have this, or oh, we didn't have that. Like, nah, bro. Y'all got a team. Now let's see what you can do with it.
Okay.
He's not overrated.
This is gonna keep us going all year.
He surpassed what he was supposed to be.
Okay.
Coming from Mississippi State as a quarterback. Now this other dude, Joe Burrow.
Still think.
You think Joe Burrow's the next Dan Marino?
No. I thought Joe Burrow might be the next Tom Brady because of the way he operates at the line of scrimmage. I do not think he's overrated. I think he needs to be healthy, though. I agree with you on that. So there's not a whole lot to debate.
The reason I say Joey B is overrated is because of health, right? But I also think that we haven't really seen him without star receivers. And that's alarming to me. I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback in my lifetime that had 2 number 1 wide receivers in college who are the top guys and 2 number 1 wide receivers in the NFL. Like, I've never seen that.
I get what you're saying with that. I'm also going to say
Joe Burrow looked pedestrian his junior year at LSU.
Dude, receivers are not the end-all, be-all. That's what I'm going to say. I don't care.
I know, but it's just like
great receivers you have. That's not the thing.
It's like, okay, let's put this for example.
Hurry up, because I got to wrap this show up. Producers in my ear.
I know. Let's put this. If he was on any other team, could Joe Burrow carry the Falcons?
Yes.
Okay.
See, and I love that you said that because that's been my argument with Jalen Hurts this whole time. If you trade Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts, you don't think the Eagles are winning Super Bowls? And the Bengals are still the
wins
Bengals?
Everywhere he goes. Next.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, this is another discussion for another day.